What's going on, everyone? It's John here from Hot Take Hockey to give you my lineup prediction for opening night for the 2019-2020 Edmonton Oilers. So if you are here, please subscribe to the channel, drop a like. I'm going to give you my forward group, defense group, goaltending for the Oilers. So welcome Oilers fans, or welcome all hockey fans that are here to look at my predictions. So let's get right into the forward group. So the forward group of the Edmonton Oilers, I have a top line of Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, and Zach Kassian. So this one for me was a little tough. I feel like if you're just kind of making things simple, you're going with what was going last year, even though in my opinion, I don't think Zach Kassian could have produced as much as maybe another player could have done beside two guys like Draisaitl and McDavid. And you just acquired James Neal. So if I look already at that second line, James Neal, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Alex Chiasson, James Neal can play on both wings. And I've seen him before. He plays very well on the right wing. And I think he really could play on that right side with Draisaitl and McDavid. But to start and seeing what the consensus of Oilers fans and seeing what worked last year, and that was just that top line, I think you try James Neal with Nugent-Hopkins, see if you can develop a duo there, and try to keep Alex Chiasson going with those two guys. You have a third line of Tyler Benson. I think Benson is ready for a full-time NHL role. Haas, who's definitely a wild card, who you signed, 27 years of age, and Marcus Granlund, who's trying to get a redemption year, and then the fourth line of Nygaard, Kara, and Archibald, and then your extra forwards of Cave and Braziak. So I think if you're looking at that bottom six, yes, it's a little weaker. I think that third line could be a little underrated if it's constructed in that way. Yamamoto, in my opinion, could also make this team, but maybe they want to see a guy like him and Marody in the minors and get them going for some confidence, and maybe they're a midseason call-up. But I like this lineup for the Oilers a lot more, and obviously contingent on James Neal having a bounce-back year, Marcus Granlund having a bounce-back year, Alex Chiasson being consistent and repeating what he did last year, or at least close to it, and the Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl duo repeating, and maybe Zach Kassian can be that grit on that line, get those two guys the puck, and can score every once in a while when McDavid feeds it right on his tape. So I like that forward group. Let's move on to the defense. Clefbaum, Larson, Nurse, Person. So Person is a guy that I feel like, even more than Haas, is a huge wild card. We've seen defensemen come over from Europe into the NHL, and the roles obviously get a little confusing. We don't know if this guy's going to be a bottom pair or a second pair. I think just for the fact that Caleb Jones will be on that left side, and then Matthew Benning, so those two guys in the bottom pair, I think Person will be given an opportunity if Chris Russell, and you see it just below there, if Chris Russell is traded or Chris Russell will move on. And you also saw with my forward group, Sam Gagner for me is the same thing. I think for the Oilers, you have to at least trade one of Chris Russell and Sam Gagner. That's $7 million combined, $7 million where you can get another forward. And if you go back to that forward group, if you want James Neal to go to that top line potentially and have success, because when James Neal signed with the Flames, right off the bat, his interview was, I cannot wait to play with two guys like Johnny Gaudreau and Sean Monahan. You don't want the same thing to happen. If James Neal does not work out at the start of the season with Nugent-Hopkins, you need to get his confidence up. You need to make that trade worth it, and you need to get James Neal with your two All-Stars, and that would be Draisaitl and McDavid. So I think if you're looking to free agency, whether it's a Justin Williams or if it's Patrick Maroon return, there's still guys in free agency as I make this video or through trade that you could acquire to be on that second line with Nugent-Hopkins or be on that third line to provide some depth. So I think obviously you want to improve your forward group, and that might come with a Chris Russell trade or somehow getting rid of that Sam Gagner, or at the very least that Manning contract, just over $2 million for the 1 year left, could make a difference to get some cap space. So I think overall, if you could look back at the defense, like I said, Caleb Jones and Benning on that last pair, and then I think Mike Smith will start as the starting goaltender. I think Koskinen had too many struggles, and I think Smith as the veteran. Ken Holland will be very vocal in making sure that Mike Smith gets that opportunity, because I think Ken Holland is a big advocate for making sure the veterans have a key role in making the players around better. And I think Mike Smith is a very good, not only guy to have on the ice, because I do believe Mike Smith, even at his age, will have a bounce-back year, but he's a very good guy to have in your locker room, and many players have said that in the past. So I think Mike Smith, he'll be and this might be a little reach to some people, but I think he will be an above-average goaltender. I obviously am hesitating when I say that, but I think Mike Smith will have a better year than Koskinen, and if I could guess right now, I think in terms of percentage-wise, through the 82 games, I think it's going to be a 60-40 split, and that's percentage-wise, so if I'm making an estimate, I think Mike Smith will play in and around 50 games. So have that as your target for Mike Smith coming up, and then Koskinen would split the rest. But I don't mind this Oilers lineup. Obviously, yeah, that bottom six can improve. But that top six, if Chiasson can repeat what he did last year or close to it, like I said, I think that top six is looking good. So thank you for watching this video. Let me know what you do different about this Oilers lineup. Let me know what moves you could see the Oilers making from now until training camp or through the year. Definitely subscribe if you're new. Drop a like. Every like counts. And comment your thoughts on the channel, the Edmonton Oilers. And I appreciate hearing from you guys. So thank you. This was John from Hot Take Hockey. Have a good one. Peace out.